Okay, so welcome back. In this stage, the files we're going to be working with are under your resource folder. The same style in the background too. Locate style in the background too in your resource folder and open it up. That's what we're going to be working with. Now, basically, I didn't bother. We're going to have to. We need to resize our content area in this stage of the tutorial. I didn't consider that initially, but that's not a problem. You could also always resize it later, but I advise you to do it now before adding the rest styling to the background. Now, what we're going to be doing basically, the initial measurement for this content area is actually 1000 pixels by width. So at this stage, I'm going to take it down to 700 pixels. Sorry, let's make it 800 pixels by width. To do this, I'm just going to take out 100 from one side. We're going to leave this at originally 1200, so I'm just going to take out of 1000. I'm just going to bring this down to 200. What I've just done essentially, I've just set my guides to help arrange the measurements. I kept my eyes on the rulers and just place them in position. Now you have I have a guide at 200 pixels and a guide at 1000 pixels. The distance in between these two guides is actually 800 pixels. It's basic mathematics. You just basically the initial measurement was 1200. 1200 minus 1000. This guide takes it down by placing this guide here. The measurement from here, this point over to this point, becomes 1000. If you take out 200 from this side, it becomes 800. Don't bother yourself about this if you don't understand it. Just understand basically, I've just reduced the width of my site to 800 pixels. And by the reason why I went through all the mathematics and stuff was so that I will always have a centralized a centralized arrangement right here in Photoshop before taking it over to my browser. But if you can't do that, you can easily just specify the width of your page to be 800 pixels, and reduce this to 800 pixels. Do you understand? You easily just reduce the width to 800 pixels and just work with it. It's gonna work that way. But I always like doing it this way for the sake of standard. So now we're gonna select these two layers. These are our top layer and these are our red layer, the one underneath. Select the two of them. After select the two of them, click on the first one once, hold down your shift key, click on the second layer. See that? Now I have the two layers selected. I'm just going to press Ctrl plus T to transform it, or go into my edit menu and click transform, free transform. So I'm just going to freely transform this to my guides I placed initially. I'm going to lift this up a little bit so we can add other styling to it. I'm also going to take this down a little bit, just a little bit, so I can have other styling to it. Then I'm going to zoom it to actual pixels. So I'm actually working with the actual resolution of what we'll be working with in Photoshop. Also, I think we should take down the resolution of this page. Go into your image, click on canvas size. Sorry, cancel. Go into image, click on image size, ensure your resolution is set to 72 pixels per inch. Sorry, that's a mistake. Ctrl Z. Image size, ensure your resolution is to 300 pixels per inch. Just leave it at that. Okay. And basically that's so I'm going to need us to take away these guides so we can actually see what we're doing very well. To do that, you're going to go into your view menu and you're going to click on show, uncheck guides. Now click on your zoom tool, click on fit screen. Then let's apply a few more styling to this design to give it more aesthetics. What we're gonna do now, basically, I'm gonna need us to apply a drop shadow to this white layer over here. To do this, we need to click on it once, select your move tool, click on this layer over here, go over to, the two layers are selected, so just come right over here and click on the uppermost layer. Double click on the FX and click on drop shadow right over here, and we're just gonna take it down. Okay, leave it at 113 degree angle, leave the opacity at 75%, blend mode multiply, distance 7 pixels and size 5 pixels. Click on OK. What we're going to do now, we're going to transform it, we're going to reduce it. Remember, recall how we reduced it earlier in the first instance. Ensure your move tool is selected, click on this layer, press Ctrl plus T to transform, or go into your edit menu and click on free transform. Okay, then we're going to click on this chain link tool to lock in the dimensions of the width and the height, and we're going to take this down to, let's say, 99%. No, let's take it down to 98%. Okay, so we have it in 98%. Due to the shadow we applied earlier, it's now as if this ultra white background is lifted up from, it's coming off the initial background. If I take away the drop shadow, see the difference? See the difference? Notice the difference? That's the work of the drop shadow. It could add a bit of taste to your design. So I'm just gonna move the shadow around a bit. I'm just gonna move it around a bit. Uncheck use global lightning so it stops. The reason why I did that is because what we're doing now, it's actually affecting the style of our background layer that's also using the global lightning. So I just uncheck that. Now just move it around. Okay, I think I like what we have here at this edge. Sorry, that's a mistake. So I think I like this. It's okay. Now just click on OK. That should do it. Now zoom to actual pixels. This is okay. Now we're going to apply one more layer underneath the red layer. We're going to apply one more new layer to it. Click on this down layer. Apply new layer. The layer is right on top of it. So you just drag it down. Click, hold, and drag it down underneath it. And okay, so just the same way we select the outline of this red layer that we use in creating our top layer. We're gonna do the same procedure right now. So you're gonna hold down your Control key and click right here in this box. It selects this matching ant mark you right over that layer. Now ensure the layer we just created is selected, and either use the fill tool, come over here and use the paint bucket tool to pour in your paint. It's not visible because it's actually right underneath this layer. We could just turn this off so we see what we're doing. Yeah, you see, we use the fill tool, paint bucket tool to fill in our color, or you can use the shortcut key Alt plus Delete to fill in our colors. Now we're going to transform this. You're going to press Ctrl plus T. Sorry, click on your move to Ctrl plus T, and we're going to increase it a little bit. We're going to increase it up to about, say, 105%. Okay, and then let's turn back our layer. Let's just hit enter key, hit the enter key, then turn back our layer, our red layer back on. Okay, so the difference is much, so let's just we're going to retransform this down layer again. Ctrl T. Let's just transform it down. Okay, that's okay. Now let's apply some color effects to this. We're just going to play around with a couple number of colors to rhyme the old design. Say blending options, color overlay, choose color. We're going to choose one of these colors. Okay, now here's what we have. The old design is looking more refined. It's at the moment looking more refined. Okay, so that's for that. And we're still gonna add one more layer to this, just one more layer on top of this to give it more refinement. Okay, we're gonna do that when we come back in the next video. Just try around this, try different color variations, and ensure you understand all the steps we followed until we got into this stage, and you can go over to the next video and continue on with the tutorial.